Welcome to the Ugly Mugs podcast. I'm Quincy, your host.
I'm Justin, your co-host.
So basically, we're just going to be rambling about different pop culture stuff from TV, movies, video games, comics, anything and everything we can think of, tabletop games. And we'll just discuss the news, what we find interesting, what we don't find interesting. And I'm probably going to talk way too much about the 80s and 90s, considering it's 2019 and I wasn't alive for the 80s at all.
And I'm going to probably talk about D&D for 6 hours straight and not even realize it.
Well, don't worry, we'll cut all that out in post.
That's fine.
So, this first episode is just going to be to kind of give you an idea of what we're doing. The idea behind it being called Ugly Mugs is, first of all, we're not that good looking.
No, that was the instigation of we're not good enough for video, so radio will do.
Yeah, audio. That's our medium.
Yeah.
The other idea is that we will be drinking out of mugs throughout this. We're going to change up what we're drinking, and we'll let you know. Today, Justin wanted to go simple with some water.
Yeah, some artisan water.
Yeah, no, it's straight up from one of those local,
Sparklets.
fill your water jug places here. And I am drinking Death Wish coffee, which I got in Keurig form because I'm not fancy and haven't ordered their actual whole beans yet, but I'll get there. And then we'll probably do things like tea, other kinds of coffee, maybe hot cocoa, smoothies. I don't know. We'll figure it out as we go. I do want to say the Death Wish coffee is advertised a lot stronger than what I think it is, and I don't know if that's because I get the Keurig version or if it's because
You also dulled it down by adding a lot of French vanilla creamer.
I do add a lot of creamer. I don't do that much sugar anymore though. I've kept back my sugar.
Yeah, I noticed you didn't do any.
I did some. I did a little bit.
I didn't look.
But to give you an idea of the other things we'll talk about is here's a little bit of gaming news and kind of my opinion on it. So you remember EA did a big reveal for the new Star Wars game, and by big reveal I mean they didn't have a logo, they didn't have anything. It was literally a guy that was sitting with the audience.
So it was Skyrim.
It was worse than the Skyrim. There was a guy sitting with the audience, and someone brought him a mic, and they asked him about the new Star Wars game, and he was like, "Yeah, we're doing a new Star Wars game." Yeah. And I think he confirmed that there's lightsabers, and that was pretty much it.
It's like, it wouldn't be okay. I'm not too savvy in Star Wars. I'm slowly getting into it. I'm slowly picking up. I'm going to probably watch the latest movies.
Before everyone tries to lynch him, by not too savvy, he means he did see the originals, and he saw some of the prequels.
No, I saw all 3 prequels.
Oh, he saw all 3 prequels.
I saw all 3 prequels.
And that was pretty much just cut off. He got a little bit of the extended universe in the books, and the Force Awakens games.
Force Awakens is probably the only reach out that when they said, "Oh, it's not canon," it made me go, "Why? It's so good though." And then I just said, you know what, you guys don't count it. I don't count the new movies as anything. And then I just...
There's a lot of people that would probably be on your side for the not counting the new movies. I'm not one of them. So.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'll check them out. I'll still read into them. I will also... I have one of the books. But back to your original subject.
So, now I don't know that it's necessarily the same game. Because, yet again, no names are really being thrown around. Not a lot of information's out there. We haven't had logos or anything. But they did just announce that they are canceling their open world Star Wars game.
So no Knights of the Republic 3?
I don't know if it was Knights of the Republic 3.
Now, let me also say that I've played Knights of the Republic 1, never got to 2, but I did enjoy 1 up to the point I played. No. And I mean, where you could go, what you could do was nice and open, but...
Well, you gotta remember when that game came out, you were talking PlayStation 2 and Xbox. Original.
OG Xbox, yeah.
And actually, that's how I have it now. I have Knights of the Old Republic. I've started playing it. It's through the backwards compatibility. I bought it for like $10, I think.
Yeah.
And so that's how they've begun it. But EA just chopped it. And it's like, we've seen so many Star Wars games die now, between the Bounty Hunter one we never got, this newest one here, and then just the end of the Force Unleashed universe. I feel like there's so much more we could have seen going on in that. While I say universe, it is still, in a sense, all one universe, but the titles, I guess I should say.
Yeah.
I don't have any experience for other open world Star Wars, but I was bummed to hear that a next generation console type of open world Star Wars game has now been canceled. Because when I see what's going on with just open world games in general, not even necessarily online open world games, but things like, we'll go Fallout, we'll go Skyrim. I'm trying to think of something a little bit more polished. I enjoyed Wildlands a lot. The Division, it was...
I would say that would be... Because what you're doing is you're in an open world that has hallways.
Yeah, it's a lot of load-ins. A lot of load-ins. But the idea of not seeing a Star Wars open world game in this time and age really upset me. I mean, I've bought so many different Star Wars games that, frankly, good and bad. I still have the Star Wars Kinect game for my Xbox 360, so I can jump around with a lightsaber, chopping up stuff and pull a muscle. So I feel like they're just leaving money on the table at this point. Plus, it's something they had already sunk money into making when they canceled it. And that's the other thing we're seeing a lot from these companies is they're canceling things that they put time and money into. And I'm like, just finish it.
Rest in peace, Maxim. Or Maxis. I'm sorry, Maxis.
They brought on their end.
They did, but I'm just saying that they could have repaired it. They didn't have to close down the entire thing.
True. They did give them a chance to repair it, though, and they didn't do it. Yeah. And that's kind of where it came down to. You shot yourself in the foot, and that's when they closed in. However, EA is very much about the loot boxes and how we can get people to spend money on something they've already spent money on. So maybe that's where the idea of the Star Wars one came in. I'm wondering if maybe someone somewhere went, oh, there's not a good enough way for us to make your money on top of your money.
I mean, I'm looking over at Battlefront 2, the Redux, and I'm like, there was a lot of potential there. It was pretty fun in the beta that they put out, and then I was like, yeah, but if this is the whole game, I don't think I can see myself buying it, and I'm kind of glad I didn't, because they only had, 4 maps, and not a lot of heroes, and you had to actually buy the heroes, and all that weird controversy surrounding that, and I was like, I'm glad I didn't. I'm glad that I actually distanced myself again from the idea of Star Wars for one more thing.
Well, and that's the thing, though, is so you just used an EA game to explain what EA's done, and here's one more, and it's in Star Wars, Battlefront. When the first of the new 2 Battlefronts came out, EA was like, here you go, and we were like, great, where's the rest of the game?
Oh, yeah, DLC.
There weren't maps. And so they were like, oh, DLCs you got to pay for. We're like, no, I already paid $60 for this game, and now you want me to pay for all these DLCs. So they gave us, I think, 1 DLC map for free.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly. And the load times on that game were horrific. And they launched a app that you could play little mini games on with it to boost up your characters when you weren't playing on console or PC.
I mean, that's an idea. But at the same time, it's for a not so great game in general. I don't know how to feel about it.
So I have EA's actual full response right here.
Okay.
So there's been speculation overnight about one of our Star Wars projects. As a natural part of the creative process, the great work by our team in Vancouver continues. Sorry, everybody that's Canadian. I didn't mean to butcher that. And will evolve into future Star Wars content and games. We're fully committed to making more Star Wars games. We're very excited about Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order from Respawn. That's what it was. Fallen Order's the one the guy talked about at EA. I talked about it.
What does Respawn sound so familiar?
Oh, what was it? It was E3. E3 is the one the guy talked about but didn't show anything. Fallen Order from Respawn, and we'll share more about new projects when the time is right. So basically, they came out again and said, we have stuff. We don't have anything to show you, though.
They did Titanfall.
Oh, Respawn did Titanfall. Okay.
Oh, that would have been a great one.
Well, no, they're still doing it. They're working. So Respawn's still doing Fallen Order. That's not the canceled open world.
Oh, okay.
But what they are saying is that while that open world is canceled, they're going to use the work from that towards other future games.
Ah, I getcha.
So it's a little confusing because it's like, why not just release the game? And how are you going to put that much time in? Because sure, you can pull work that you've done on games and put it in other games, but I feel like that's more work than it's worth.
Unless you're just ripping and pulling assets, both sound and texture.
I mean, yeah, sound, textures, you can pull those all day, but the coding, you're not going to be able to drop the other code in. It's going to be difficult. You have to make sure it runs right. I feel like that's just going to take a lot longer than... Granted, they're probably running off of an already created game engine. I'm sure they're not coding a new game engine for this at all.
Doing QA for, I'd say a little under 2 years... I ran into my fair share of bugs in betas and early access games to realize that if you put a game into early access, it's not putting it on life support and hoping that it's going to do better later on. It's saying, here's what we have so far. We're working on it actively. We just want your feedback on it. And that's what I'm hoping that EA begins to pick up on. They did it kind of with Hardline, Battlefield Hardline. where they released the beta where it was the one map. Actually, they did it with 4 with Operation Metro, where you just drop into Metro and you do the campaign and try and force test the areas. And they said, well, it worked well. Here's the second map. And then it was only for 2 days they did it. Same thing with Hardline. And then if they did it with this open world or even the Fallen Order, why not? Send it out. Say it's early access. Say here's only the first opening of the game. Tell us what you think. Hopefully you don't run into any bugs. Capcom tried doing that with the Resident Evil 2 trailer or demo, the 30-minute one, which is very fun, by the way.
I didn't get to experience that.
Yeah, it's still available. You can pick it up. And they wanted just to get a little feedback. Like, they're like, it's already finished. We're already done. Here's 30 minutes of it. Go nuts. We're not expecting it to break down anything. We're just seeing how it is.
So I'm all for beta testing, alpha testing, whatever kind of testing you want to call it. Something that a lot of game companies have gone away from, though, that I kind of wish they would bring back is demos as well. Because, yeah, you can call the beta testing a demo, the alpha testing a demo, but a lot of them require purchase of the game to be able to get it. So, for instance, Division 2 is coming out.
Fallout 76.
Fallout 76, yeah, but I did get offered to join the beta without buying the game. Not even beta. I was offered to join testing before beta launched.
Okay.
I just didn't get the chance to.
Yeah.
I had to pass on that. And then I was given 3 beta codes I could give out to friends on Xbox. So I passed those out, and only one friend took me up on it, sadly. But in other cases, like the Division 2 is coming out, and while I enjoyed Division, I don't know I enjoyed Division enough to play Division 2. So they've announced that there is an early beta if you purchase the game. You have to pre-order the game. And right now, the pre-order I'm seeing it advertised for is Xbox, which means full price for the game versus the $5 I could drop at GameStop and then go, oh, I didn't like that, give me my $5 back.
Yeah.
So that's the other thing. I think other companies need to start doing the $5 thing, or however much they feel you need to put down, $10, half, whatever it is.
Or just open beta. Just have it be an open fucking
Well, yeah,
beta.
no. Yeah, I feel like all the betas should be open. Give everyone a little taste of the game. Like, you should be proud of what you're putting out there, not afraid that people are going to respond negatively. I mean, look at what's happening with Fallout 76. It is getting negative. It's getting torn like crazy. But they were still like, hey, check out our game. And to this day, I've got them on Twitter. I follow them on Twitter. And to this day, they are still getting a lot of support and a lot of negative. But they are just like, look at our game. Look what we have.
You're right. And
they're not embarrassed of their game. And
they have plans to do community updates.
That's good.
Which I'm like, that's great. But then when you're at 12% on the Metacritic and you've got a 20% on some other rating out of 100, and it's like, you're holding the wound, you're tightening up, and then you do the marketing debacle that was those canvas bags, and then you do the marketing scandal that was the game of the year, not the game of the year, the bicentennial edition that didn't really add too much to your character, and you had to pay $30 more for it. Yeah. None of that made any sense, but
the only bicentennial thing I saw that I wanted was they were doing a giveaway for a bicentennial console. Oh. So it was a blue Xbox with the bicentennial, like the little firework markers and the Vault Boy with the Uncle Sam hat.
Oh.
And then the controller was designed that way too. Beautiful looking thing. Actually, I got a photo for it. I can show you right now because I did a Twitter giveaway type of thing that Bethesda was doing to try to see if I could win it. Sadly, I didn't win, but I was very happy with that. It did look well, but that's not something you're getting when you're spending the $30. You're not even getting stickers to customize your console at that price.
I wouldn't have mind a skin for the console at that.
Yeah,
considering. Oh no, that's a cute little and
it's
got a little bit of rust on the side. That's nice.
Everyone that's wondering about this, because we are an audio medium and I'm showing him images, you can just find this if you just look up the bicentennial console. Here's another zoomed in look for you. It's all over online, or if you go and check out my Twitter page, you'll be able to find the images too.
It's got no rust. It was just lighting.
Okay. Well, the rust would have been cool though.
The rust would have been amazing
because it fits with the theme. Everything. Yeah, everything's kind of messed up then. I feel like people are being harsh on Bethesda for everything, though. I feel like every time Bethesda turns around, they're getting negative. And while I will say I did play the beta for 76, and I do have 76, and I play it, it is rough. It does have its problems. But here's an example of people being harsh on Bethesda. I watched an unboxing video for their new Nuka Rum. They did a Nuka Rum. It comes in this
rum, you say?
Yeah, it comes in this huge bottle that's designed to look like a Nuka-Cola bottle, but it's plastic, and it's got this like twist cap looking thing on the top, which is connected to the cork that goes in the bottle.
Okay.
So I watched an unboxing where a guy fought with the plastic for a little bit to get it off and take the bottle out, because you can do that. And it's a glass bottle. It's got kind of a simple label, and he's like, "That's boring." And he was so upset.
I would have been like, this is kind of neat. I mean, the bottle might have been plain Jane, but I would be like, this is still neat. They produced a liquor,
yeah,
based on fucking Fallout. I would have given it one shot. If I took a shot and I tasted it and I had an actual.
He said it wasn't bad, but that it was cheap rum that he could have gotten for a cheaper price than what he paid. Which, okay, fine, but you're not buying it for just the rum. You're buying it for the bottle. You're buying it for the plastic. You're buying it for that cork. Which then he tore apart the plastic, saying that it was cheap quality, poorly done, and doesn't hold the bottle well. Okay, and he goes, "I've worked in plastic, I understand." The guy's video's on YouTube. I can't remember his name right now, and he's obviously allowed to have his opinion.
Yeah.
But he tore it apart like this, and then went to Bethesda's website and showed the video that shows you what the bottle looks like before it goes in, and shows you the plastic container and everything. And he goes, "I wish I had watched this before I bought it." And that kind of makes me go, well, yeah. Do your research before you buy something. That goes with anything, especially things that are at high prices.
How much was that, if you know offhand?
I don't remember offhand. I can look it up really quick. But
padding. First episode, padding.
But there's another alcohol that they're doing as well. They're doing like I think it's a Star Trek one, I do believe.
Star Trek.
Yeah.
I can see them doing something like a Mos Eisley, like the fuck is it called?
Okay. Now that I'm looking at this, I don't know why this guy was upset about the price. You can buy it on Licorama, not a sponsor. But you can buy it there for $79.99, and it's 750 milliliters of rum.
That's a fifth. Cool. That looks really nice. Okay. That bottle looks really nice, and it's a double dark rum, so I would have loved the hell out of it.
It's plastic. You gotta. There's an actual bottle inside of there.
I don't care. That's fucking cool. That's a double dark rum. I love those shits. I wouldn't drink it every day. I would save it for a company that would be over and all that nonsense. Like, I don't care if it's a cheap fucking rum. It's the fact of the matter, we bust it out and it's nerdish, whatever.
And then here's their
that's
Star Trek one. So yeah,
Star Trek or Star Wars?
Star Trek. It's James T. Kirk. It's a bourbon, straight bourbon whiskey.
I wouldn't be surprised. That's a nice looking bottle.
I think it says whiskey.
That is a nice. But
that's a beautiful bottle. And yet again, that's one of those ones that you buy for the bottle.
Yeah, you buy for the bottle and you buy for the class when people come over and go, "Ooh, what's this?"
While we're on the subject, Metallica is releasing a beer, and it's got the Metallica logo on it and everything.
Who's backing them? Is it just like a self-made thing?
No, I think they have a backer. But it's like my first thought doesn't go, "That's gonna be a delicious beer," for three reasons. One, I don't drink. Yeah. Two, when I did drink, I didn't like beer. And three, I don't go, "Ooh, Metallica's gonna make a really good beer." I go, "Ooh, Metallica's gonna make a really cool looking beer."
Yeah, they're gonna make it. Yeah, you would probably buy the cans, dump them out, and fucking stack them somewhere.
Yeah, I immediately sent it to a friend of mine who's a big metalhead, and I knew he was gonna love it. Piper, you know Piper.
Oh yeah.
And he immediately got excited, and I knew that because Piper does like alcohol and he does like his alcohol to have flavor. I wasn't like, "Oh, he's gonna like this because of the taste," because I have no idea how it's gonna taste. But he'll like it because of the can. He's going to get excited about that can. He's going to love that can. He's going to buy that 4-pack, and it's going to go on display.
Yeah, he'll empty them out and work them to look cool.
My friend James is a huge train fan, and they did some wines a couple years back.
That's right. That's right. You got a gift for him.
Yeah, I got him the Drops of Jupiter wine that they did. He's not a big wine drinker. He'll drink wine. He's not a big wine drinker. The thing is it's a cool bottle to have. Yeah. And that's why he went with it.
And then I remember seeing the The Walking Dead that we sent Carlos.
Oh yeah, there was a Walking Dead one that came out yet again for the bottle. Okay, so the Metallica one, they teamed up with Stone Brewing to release Enter Night. That's what they're calling it. What's really cool is if you put the cans next to each other, the images work out great so that you can expand the full...
So you can actually display just the cans?
Yeah. They thought that through. Here you go. Here's a look at all three.
That looks really nice.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know the first thing about Stone Brewing. They may do delicious beer for all I know.
Yeah.
But I do know that they did a delicious looking can.
No.
And I'm not even... So I like Metallica.
Yes.
And I like the Inner Sandman reference here with Enter Night.
Yeah.
Because that is my favorite Metallica song. I know it's everyone's favorite Metallica song, but not the point. No? What's yours?
Take a guess. Go on. If you're going to throw me under the bus and say that it's my favorite,
okay.
and then be like, oh, there's nothing that can compare to...
No, I'm not saying there's nothing that can compare. I'm saying that I picked the one that everyone's going to be like, oh, everyone likes that Metallica song. Because it's true. Like, I've never met someone that doesn't like it. It may not be your favorite, but I've never met someone that doesn't like Enter Sandman.
Fair.
Okay. However, when they released their new album, I was a little like, ooh, Metallica.
Wait, are we talking Saint Anger or the one after that?
Whichever one had Moth into a Flame. Okay. Well, the issue was with that song is when he's singing there going the whole time.
Saint Anger kind of did that.
Okay, so maybe it was a Saint Anger.
Around my neck.
Yeah. So I'm just like, ooh, Metallica. Granted, I have no skill in singing and I have no room to talk, but this, that didn't taint this for me when it came out. I didn't go, oh, Metallica. Oh, that song I don't like. I went, oh, Metallica. Oh, Enter Night. It's great. Okay, but no, seriously, what's your favorite Metallica song?
It's actually Saint Anger.
Oh, is it Saint Anger?
Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
It sounds gritty. It sounds bland and boring, but
that's the thing. Everyone has their taste.
It's what I grew up with at the time, and so it kind of stuck around my head. It's the one that I would put myself next to. If Metallica were playing, I'd be like, all right, what are they playing? Oh, of course they're gonna do their classics, Enter Sandman. What was their?
See, we're drawing a blank on Metallica songs tonight.
Which is weird, because I could do AC/DC all day.
Yeah.
I could do...
That's my favorite band. I could do that all day.
Yeah, but...
I disagree with the Essentials playlist Apple did. I was like, oof, you guys missed some really good ones on there.
Nothing Else Matters. For Whom the Bell Tolls. That's the one I forgot. Fade to Black.
See, my issue with From Whom the Bell Tolls is all the like rock bands and metal bands decided that they wanted to do some kind of like Hell's Bells, For Whom the Bell Tolls, things like that. They all used the same bell noise.
Boom.
Yeah. So there's always like a 10-second, 20-second beginning to the song where you're sitting there going, what song am I listening to? Before you finally get the guitar riff or the lyrics or something. You go, oh, okay, this is AC/DC, or oh, okay, this is Metallica, or this is Van Halen.
And then you switch it up because you're like, no, that right now. But you know what they should call their next drink that if they happen to be able to push this one hard enough and it sells well, The Day That Never Comes.
That'd be a good one.
Because as soon as this one sells well, if it does sell well, because I mean this as you said could do well to do another one, and then they could keep pushing.
Another band that recently did this was Def Leppard. Did a Pilsner, I think. From my understanding, it was a really difficult to get a hold of beer if you weren't in Canada, though. I think it was released in Canada, and you could get it practically everywhere, but the problem was getting it anywhere else seemed to prove a level of difficulty. And I'm all for these, like, finding different ways to brand your band or brand your comic book or TV show, video game, whatever it is, because people like to have different things. One of the big things that I've seen online recently for Fallout and for Bethesda is they did the official cookbook for Fallout.
Which I read a couple pages of that at a Barnes & Noble.
So I watched a video of some people doing, they did the Nuka-Cola and then they did the Quantum. And they did have their comments and complaints because, I mean, you're trying to make soda in your kitchen and you're trying to make sodas that don't exist. But it was well thought out enough that they were able to do it. They actually really liked the Quantum. They just didn't like the color. It needed a little bit more blue, so they threw a couple more drops of coloring in there for themselves. They said the Nuka-Cola had a little bit of an aftertaste of teriyaki, which is weird because, first of all, you don't think teriyaki when you think soda. Second of all, I fucking hate teriyaki.
Yeah, I love teriyaki. Well, like I remember getting actually sick off of teriyaki from how much I had in a matter of a week.
Yeah, see, I don't do teriyaki sauce. So that would be like, I don't think I could drink a Nuka-Cola if it's going to taste like teriyaki.
Yeah.
But I am all for the expansion of fandoms into other things. And this James T. Kirk whiskey or bourbon, whatever it was, this isn't the first time there's been a Star Trek thing. Star Trek's done beers, and I think they did a wine or something like that. I think Game of Thrones did some beers.
Game of Thrones has a beer, a wine, and they want to do. I believe I saw that they had bottles for hard, but I don't know what they were.
Yeah,
like I remember seeing the Targaryen chick. Names are terrible when it comes to that because they're so muddled. The Dragon Queen. There was a nice dragon-esque bottle.
Is it the one that's blonde but with the black eyebrows? I don't watch the show or read the books.
Yeah, the woman who controls the dragon.
Okay,
that's all I can.
I'm pretty sure that's who it is.
But yeah, she it was a bottle that was meant for her, and it has this nice dragon design. But I don't know if it's actual, if it was something that was put on Etsy. It looked really good, and it looked like it would be an actual product. But all these fandoms wanting to get into alcohol seems to be a strange medium in general, because
a lot of people drink though.
A lot of people, like I drink,
but then there's the people like me that don't drink, and it's like I'm probably not going to buy it. I want to buy them because I want the bottle, but I'd rather buy it for someone that's going to drink it who will then give me the bottle.
Okay.
Because I want the bottle, I don't care about the alcohol.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
So one of the other things that I've seen though is them getting into energy drinks or sodas, stuff like that.
That's a good idea. Also,
I think for a short time after one of the Call of Duty Nazi Zombie sequels, they did the sodas. So you had Juggernog.
That's right, they
Quick
did.
Revive.
That was Black Ops 2.
Was it for Black Ops 2 that they did?
It was. Yes.
And those were actually sodas, so it was like, okay, that's kind of cool. I can get behind that because I'll drink it.
Yeah.
And then for that one, I'm not even sure if I would drink it or if I would keep it in the bottle. But then like you've got things like, for instance, right now, Destiny's doing Forsaken on all the Rockstar cans, and it's like
the codes.
Yeah, it's the codes and everything. The can looks okay, but it's so covered in advertisement for the code and for the buying the DLC and everything that makes me stop and go, I don't want to collect this can. I want the code for Destiny, which I haven't actually played 2 since I bought it, but I don't want the can because the can's just not that great.
On that same exact subject, literally right next to it is the Red Bull can that has the Pac-Man, and I'm like, those are...
Oh, I've got some.
Yeah, they look really neat.
Yeah, I know. Also, they did at Walmart. They did a playable Pac-Man machine.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, and I have Pac-Man on my phone. We've got temporary Red Bull maps, and you can use those codes to cash in things to unlock more maps.
Interesting.
Yeah, no, I loved it. I actually bought like a 12-pack of Red Bull, but because I don't drink energy drinks very much, I nursed it through like a 2-month period.
Okay.
And I cashed in almost all the codes and unlocked all the maps. I have more coins than I have maps to unlock, so now I'm just kind of like, hopefully they release something else for me to spend these coins on. If not, I'm cool with what I got. But the cans are really nice. I would love to have that Pac-Man machine. It wasn't very tall. It was maybe
3 feet?
Maybe 4. Yeah. It was a small screen. It was very thin. Maybe 1.5 feet, 2 feet. And it just had the joystick and the button to start. That was it. It's a lot like those new machines that Walmart and Best Buy and all those they're selling, where it's like it's an arcade machine, but it's not quite the full size of a normal arcade cabinet.
Yeah, it's like
it was kind of like that. But it was cool. I sat there and played it with it in Walmart for a second, walked away, and some kid walked up and started playing it next. So I was like, okay, it's transcending generations right there.
The appeal of arcade machines.
Yeah, I mean, you have someone who is young, probably young enough to be my child if I had a child in proper age, and they're into Pac-Man because it's like, oh, it's something I can play in the store. It's cool looking. It makes fun noises. Granted, it does promote a child drinking Red Bull, and I'm not sure that's the goal there, but everything else, I'm all for it. I'm all for kids getting into things that I grew up on.
Retro.
You get on, yeah, retro. I've got more old games on my phone than anything. I've got Galaga, I've got Pac-Man, I've got Tetris. I think I had Centipede for a bit.
I don't know. I've only got one mobile game, and I keep playing that game because they keep giving me things to do, and the meta keeps shifting, and it actually has a meta.
Oh, I play far too many mobile games. I've got the Star Wars Commander. I've got actually every Star Wars mobile game that they have on iTunes. And I've got every Marvel mobile game that they have on iTunes. DC is the only one I haven't done because DC only did two mobile games, one of which no longer works. The other of which is, like a lot of the other ones, you unlock characters, you go and you battle. But where they lost me was when I first saw an advertisement for it, it was the Jared Leto Joker.
No.
And I was like, yeah, I'm not buying this game. Because that's a character I don't even want on my roster.
Yeah, no. Like, I don't think there's been a bad Punisher. But if I had to choose one that I don't want in like, if it was like an anthology, like I could have the OG comic book, John Berthenol, Thomas Jane, or oh god, who was the first one? Dolph Lundgren.
Dolph Lundgren, yeah.
Or the guy from Warzone, who I don't even know his name.
Oh, you know, I just watched that the other night and I looked him up and realized he's in something else.
Yeah, even still.
But yeah, I know who you're talking about.
I would nix the Warzone.
Yeah, his was the least memorable, and it wasn't even a bad movie. And I actually really liked the way their Jigsaw looked.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Their Jigsaw looked great.
Speaking of which, one more day.
Yeah.
As soon as midnight hits, I'm okay. A preface. It is the 17th of January at like almost 8:40ish. Almost. And as soon as midnight hits, Punisher season 2 drops, and I'm just gonna just zone out while I'm pushing this out. So. Yeah, I'm gonna be nerding out while you guys are listening to this.
It's just hard
if you
for
guys
me.
are listening to it at the release of this.
So I'm excited for it, but the problem is it's hard for me to get excited for something I know is canceled.
I don't need this reality check.
Yeah,
Quincy.
I know, but that is the reality of it, you know. And everyone's freaking out right now that Netflix just upped their prices by another $2 a month.
That's right. That's why I can't foresee me having Netflix after I see all of Punisher season 2 and Black Panther. Then you have Black Panther, don't you?
Oh no, I don't have Black Panther. It's part of Phase 3. I haven't bought Phase 3 yet.
Okay, well, even still, they have it on Netflix. I'll watch it real quick and then just cancel my Netflix.
Well,
if
you drop down to one screen, you're still under the $10 mark.
That's where we're at, and I'm just like, I honestly.
You're still under the $10 mark then with the price raise.
I am, I just don't want to.
See, I'm at the 2 screens, and I realize that me and Lauren never watch
simultaneously.
Yeah. So there's no reason behind it. So I'm like, I might drop down to the 1 screen, and just call it good because no one else uses my Netflix anyways.
Yeah.
When I had a roommate, it made sense to have the 2 screen thing, but now that it's just me and Lauren, it doesn't make sense anymore. But a lot of people are freaking out about that, and
well, that's with everything. That's with taxes. That's with price hikes.
True.
That's with when Amazon Prime boosted up their pricing $30 more, and we got charged for it. That's what hit us hard in December, and we were like, where'd this money come from? We thought we canceled it, but as soon as it went through, we were like, we're gonna be buying a bunch of stuff this year anyways. Screw it.
See, I got hit with that with Sirius XM for the car.
Really?
So I have Sirius XM. I don't mind listening to it. I got 3 months free, then I got the first year, and then I got the second year. But when it came time for me to renew my 3rd year, they hit me for like almost $400.
I beg your pardon?
For radio.
You better get stations that are in outer fucking space.
That's the thing. Because I have the model of my radio, and because it is built into my car, I only get a certain amount of stations. When they release new stations, unless it takes an already existing number on my radio, I have to use the mobile app or use it on a console or TV or something if I want to listen to it. I don't get that new station. I'm like, so I'm paying almost $400 a month to not even get everything that I'm paying for.
A month, not a year.
Not a month, a year.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, yeah, no. It was $400 a month. I think there would be a riot in the streets and SiriusXM would go out of business. No, sorry, I misspoke. A year.
No.
But I called them and I was like, yeah, I want my money back, first of all. And second of all, I want to know why I wasn't notified about getting a renewal. And they said, oh, we canceled renewal emails. Like, so you don't email people to tell them that you're going to renew. No. Like, wow. That is messed up. So we don't notify you that we're going to renew, and we don't notify you how much we're going to charge you. We just do it. So I complained. They said we can refund you, or we can put you back in at the price you were paying before for another year. And I was like, do that. Now, here's the surprise. I don't have that car anymore. So I'm canceling the Sirius, and they're not going to get my money. And when they go, oh, well, stay. I'm going to straight up tell them, I don't even have the car, so no, and I'm not paying you $400 for a year to be able to listen to SiriusXM on my Xbox or on my phone.
Yeah.
It's not happening. The new car I have does have Sirius. Someone else pays for it. We're on a family plan now.
Yeah.
So I'm getting rid of the other one. And it's that simple. I can't believe what they're charging. Something that upsets me about the Amazon thing with the price raises and the fact that they advertise things that they don't have. So sometimes you go, oh, I really want to watch this. And then you end up going, oh, I have to buy it or rent it. Is the fact that not only does all that happen, but now I have to sit through commercials at the beginning of my shows for their new original programming. Like, are you serious?
To be fair, I also got advertisements for their stuff, but Man in the High Tower is a really damn good show.
Okay, but I'm getting things like a kid's cat show.
Yeah,
okay?
I was noticing that
and
also.
I'm getting it on every episode.
Oh, okay. I was getting it like every 4.
I'm getting it every episode. I don't know if that's because sometimes I switch up what I'm watching, and that's what causes it.
Maybe.
But that's what I'm getting, and that's driving me nuts. And it's like, we just actually volunteered to start paying the $4 more a month on our Hulu to completely get rid of commercials. We no longer have commercials on our Hulu. We're paying $4 or more, and we're still paying less than we're paying for our Netflix, which does that annoying Insta-Play thing when you're hovering over stuff. So it starts playing music or part of the show, which is really annoying for 2 reasons. 1, what if I haven't started watching it and you start playing in the middle of an episode? 2, is the fact that you're forcing me to have to either mute my TV or skip through things so fast I can't read it. I don't understand the marketing technique behind this.
It's trailer. It's just.
I get that it's a trailer, but it's annoying.
I get it.
And if I want to watch a trailer, they have a trailer section for a reason.
That would be a better idea.
Yeah. And then there's the fact that a lot of them now on the originals, I only saw it a couple times, so I don't know if they're even still doing it. I think they got a lot of backlash for it. Is you would finish the episode, and there'd be an extra 30 seconds before the next episode started after the credits. I'm like, whoa, 30 seconds of dead air? No, 30 seconds of a trailer for some Netflix original. I could easily click watch next episode, but if I'm doing the dishes or cooking or
you're not paying attention.
Yeah, or the controller's not near me or my hands are wet or something, I can't skip it. So, I don't know. It's kind of annoying. But we're running a little long here, and we need to drop. And so this is just kind of a taste of what our episodes will be like. We'll have plenty more to jibber-jabber about, and different coffees, teas, waters, things like that to butcher.
I want to get artisan water.
Yeah, we're going to make you try all the different sparkling waters.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
I'm Quincey from Ugly Mug Podcast.
I'm Justin from the Ugly Mug Podcast.
Be sure to follow us on Twitter at the Ugly Mug Podcast, or follow us on Facebook. We have a website. You can find us there too. And we have our personal Twitters and stuff like that as well that you can follow us at. Let us know what you think in the comments, and please rate and subscribe.